Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Stuart.
Nice to meet you. Thanks very much for agreeing to the interview.
My pleasure. Nice meeting you.
I'm a product manager at Trilogy, and my job in this interview is just to get to know you and to understand how we're helping to create value for you with our product. And so we'll see where the conversation goes. But my goal is to get a really good understanding of you, your role, your day-to-day, so that we can think about how the product works for you and how it might work for you in future. Is that all right?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you. So maybe you could start by telling us a little bit about Appify and your role in the company.
All right. So Appify is a company that creates apps for different customers. So we have customers from hotel industry, from restaurants. So they tell us to create the app, which is like an Android app and iOS app. And my role is I'm the VP of support. So I handle the team of 10 staff members right now. Yeah.
And when you are coming up to your annual review, Jamie, what are the things that you want your boss to know about your performance, and what are the things that your boss really cares about?
See, my boss is concerned about customer satisfaction and customer retention, right? Because if you're able to retain more and more customers, we get more revenue, recurrence revenue also. So he wants to know basically the customer survey score, like how soon we are resolving the tickets of the customer. Then what are the common issues we are getting and what we're doing to make sure that like we probably, let's say, create an article for that particular issue so that customers, they don't come back for the same problem again. So these are the main parameters, I would say. One is the survey, customer retention, and how soon we resolve the tickets for the customers.
Okay. And
yeah.
So when were you involved in the decision to purchase Kayako?
Yeah, I was the one who actually set up the instance. So I actually tested other systems also like Zendesk and FreshDisk, but we went for Kayako, yeah.
Why? Why Kayako?
All right. The reason is it is very intuitive. Like the conversations are unified, which means if customers, they send an email and let's say they switch to help center, the reply is appended on the same ticket. So it doesn't create duplicate tickets first. Secondly, it is very easy for customers to find the answers when they go to the help center. So in this way, we are able to reduce the number of tickets. Personally speaking, I like the views thing because we are able to segregate the tickets in proper inbox or folders, and we are able to prioritize the tickets easily. For example, if a ticket is coming from chat, it goes into the chat folder, and the team can pick those chats quickly. And then also, for example, we have some premium customers, like platinum customers, right? So we have created a view for them so that we can see all the tickets of platinum customers so that we can offer them replies in less than 4 hours.
And when you were initially selecting a product, what were you hoping to change? What was the outcome that you were hoping for from implementing a new system?
See, change was like, first, it should be very easy, intuitive product, not only for customers, also for staff members who reply to the tickets. So they should not go through multiple steps when they're replying to the tickets, for example. And also for admins who are going to configure the product. A simple product, intuitive, it should be very less clunky, basically. And I liked Kayako because it was very easy to configure when we did the setup. And like I said, your help center is great. Customers can find the answers, they can initiate a chat, and they can keep a track of the tickets also. So it's a win-win situation. Customers are able to contact us easily. They're able to track the tickets, and agents, they're able to reply quickly. because they can prioritize those tickets easily.
Before you chose Kayako,
Mhm.
how did you handle customer support?
We were using like a shared inbox. So our email is on Gmail Suite. So we used to get emails on support@appify.com, and then there were multiple agents, and they used to pick the emails based on their availability.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. And what you were hoping to change was the way that the customer queries were assigned to different people in your team. Is that it? Is that the was that the primary driver? You wanted to move away
Ye-
from uh, the issue of agent availability, or what really was what pushed you to start looking for something new?
One thing I think, one reason was, yes, we wanted to assign the emails, which we cannot do it easily in the Gmail suite, basically. Um, we wanted to help this so that we can keep a track of how like our agents are responding, like how many replies they're making, right? How soon they're resolving the tickets, like what are the common issues which we cannot see in Gmail, right? But in the help desk right now, we can categorize the tickets based on the issue. Okay. Also, reports was one thing which actually forced me to look for a help desk, because in Gmail it was not easy to find this data. Now we can get the data like what is your first response time, how soon you're resolving the tickets, how many replies you're making to resolve the tickets, the service score also. But right now, I think uh, in Kayako right now we cannot create multiple questions. You guys only allow us to send a good smiley and bad smiley. So it would be good if you have like an option to create multiple questions so that they can customers can answer those, and we know exactly what are things we need to work on.
Okay. And if you
Mhm,
cast your mind back to that time then when your team was working from a shared
mhm,
inbox and
mhm,
you really wanted to be able to
mhm,
um, assigned queries to people on your team,
mhm,
why was that? Why was the ability to assign queries to individuals so
mhm.
important?
See, because there were some smart agents who were not replying, so there were some people who were working more. So we wanted an ability so that the tickets are assigned automatically, um, so that the load is handled in a proper way. That was the first thing. Also, we have some experts. For example, we have experts who understand front end, let's say. There are some experts who understand back end. So now, based on the query, we automatically assign the tickets, or I keep a track of the view and then I manually assign those tickets. So that was a driver, basically.
I see. And
Yeah.
why is it important? Um, why is it important to make sure that everybody is pulling their weight? Um, how does that how does that help the business?
See, first, it saves a lot of time, right? Because when the tickets are assigned automatically, the agents know that they have to work on this ticket. Else, that team, let's assume, let's go back to Gmail, right? The emails would stay in an inbox, and whenever they're available, they reply. But now, as soon as the ticket comes, it is assigned to a particular agent, which means they have to reply on time. And customers, they get timely responses, which is very important nowadays, that they get their answers on time.
I see. And
Mm.
have you noticed a difference in your relationship with customers since you introduced this new way of working?
Definitely, customers, they are very happy because now they know that somebody will respond to a ticket. Plus, if there is any delay, we have set up an automation that automatically sends an email to the customer that we are working on the ticket. So they are aware that we're working on the ticket. So I would say yes, customers are very happy because of this new help desk. Like I said earlier, they they keep a track of their tickets also. And if we are not responding, let's say due to some reason, if agents are working on multiple tickets, they can go to the help center, they can increase the priority of the ticket. And then once their priority is increased, automatically a new SLA is applied. So they know that they will get a response shortly. Plus, if you're not providing a good solution, they leave a bad survey. So we have all the pressure on ourselves that now, because customers, they are knowledgeable that if they don't get answer on time, um, they can contact us and get answers now.
One of the things that you mentioned at the start of our conversation was that customer retention is really important.
That's right, yeah.
Have you measured a correlation between customer retention and timely answers from your team? Or is it just a feeling that you have that these things must be related?
See, we have seen significant improvement in the customer retention because of this tool, right? Nowadays, industry is evolving, like technology is evolving, and customers are getting educated and they are knowledgeable. So they know that they will only go with that product that offers great support. Like even if you go to the market, you will select a product that offers you after service, right? So similarly, they're knowledgeable that if they get support, they then only they will go for this product. So customer retention, we are seeing improvement, okay, in our records. Secondly, yes, because when they're getting answers on time and they're getting solution on time, they're staying with us and they're not switching to other providers. So yes, we see a correlation with the improvement, like using the help desk and with customer retention.
How much of the improvement in customer retention would you put down to this new approach for support?
I cannot give you the exact data because of the company policy, but I can give you ballpark numbers. Like we're able to retain somewhere about 97% of the customers. And
compare that to previous, when you were using your shared inbox, where was your customer retention percentage?
At that time, I would say it was not so good. It was somewhere about 80 to 85%, but now it's 97% approximately.
I see.
Yeah.
When you're talking about how you manage your team, there's a strong focus on assigning customer queries to people, measuring response times. Are there other use cases for the product at your company?
Yes. So we have some channel partners who actually bring clients, right? So so what they do is they bring client and we make apps for them, right? Now, those channel partners are responsible to support their customers. So this is something which we want to set up. So for example, let's say there's a channel partner who sold a particular app and we have developed that. So if there is any technical issue in that app, their client will not contact us directly. They will contact the channel partner. And then that channel partner will contact us and we will solve that issue for him.
I see. And do you take the same approach with these indirect customers as with your own in terms of those things you said which are important to you, such as measuring response times and customer satisfaction and so on? Are you measuring these different use cases the same way?
Yeah, that's right, because they also need to offer timely responses. And if they're able to offer timely responses, if they're able to fix the issues on time, they will bring more customers, right? So it's the same thing, but there are a few customers who are providing more customers. We tag them as platinum customers. So for them, we have a specific SLA that we have configured in our help desk. So when they raise a ticket, they have first response time, which is 2 hours. But for our regular customers, the response time is 4 hours.
I see.
Yeah.
Is it Is there anybody in the company using the product outside of your team?
Outside of our team, I would say recently we have given the help desk access to one channel partner who can actually log in and check their tickets. So, so basically, this channel partner wanted a way to keep a track of all the issues. So we made him a collaborator so that he can log in and see what is happening on his tickets. And in order to prioritize those tickets, he is probably adding a note on the ticket so that our team works on it quickly. Yeah.
And why is that level of collaboration important to that channel
Mhm.
partner?
So basically, he was not he was not very happy with the email thing. When we used to reply on his email, he was not able to keep a track of multiple customers. The reason is he has a lot of customers, so he wanted a better like a UI where he can keep a track and immediately tag us if he needs any help on those tickets. So now he's like an agent only, but he cannot reply, but he can see all his tickets of his customers and immediately tag us whenever he needs some help.
He can't reply. He can just read. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he can read his tickets and he can add a note on that ticket if something is urgent.
An internal note.
Internal note, yeah. So in short, basically, he's just like an mini agent who is working with us, but only for his customers.
Can you see uh, outside of those two use cases,
Mhm,
one where your team is serving direct customers and the other where your team is supporting the channel
mhm,
partner and their customers, are there other
mhm.
use cases for the product at your company that you can imagine?
There is one thing. So what happens is, for example, we get a ticket on which customer reports multiple issues. For example, one issue is related to the front end UI of the app, and the other issue can be related to the backend. So, like I said earlier, we have two teams in our developers. One is front end and the one is backend. So it would be good if, as soon as we get a ticket, if you're able to split the ticket into two, so that one ticket is assigned to the front end developer and the other ticket is assigned to the backend developer. And in this way, you're able to keep a track that how much time the front end developer is taking to resolve that ticket and how much time the backend developer is taking time to respond to the ticket.
Why is it important to be able to measure those things separately?
See, because if let's say there's a ticket right now, we can only assign a ticket to one team or one agent only,
Right.
right? So let's say if I assign a ticket to one team right now, let's say front end developer, he will start working on it. Once it finishes the work, then we move the ticket to the backend developer. So it takes time. So it's better we split those tickets. We assign the tickets to the respective teams. Simultaneously, they can collaborate and talk to each other by using notes. So in this way, we are able to, answer or resolve the tickets quickly.
I
That's one thing.
I think that thank you for that. Have you
Mhm.
noticed that um, some people in the company adopt the product quickly and others are reluctant? Um, and is there anything that is there any pattern that you can point to um, when people do enthusiastically adopt the product?
Mhm.
What do people have in common?
See, in every company, you will find such people. Some people will be reluctant. Some people will adopt the product quickly. In our case, I would say because Kayako is very intuitive products, everyone is using the product. But there are a few people like, let's say we have some auditors or some VPs, right? They don't reply to the customers directly. They just use the product to, let's say, run the reports or just see the tickets, right? Because they're not using the product, so that's why they are a little reluctant to use the product. But definitely, I think the product can be used internally also, and they can start using it. but we have never explored that option as of now.
Okay. And those users that you have in mind, those potential users that you have in mind who are slow to adopt the product, they're the people who wouldn't work in it every day.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
Come
Yeah.
a report now and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And why wouldn't they? What would hold them back from using the product, even just for that use case, even just for reporting? Um, what is it about the product, do you think, or what is it about the way that they work that would hold them back from diving in and getting the data that they're looking for themselves?
See, I believe that because as they're not responding to the customers directly, and our help desk is primarily to support the customers, so they're not directly communicating with the customers. That's why that is something that is holding back. But I see a potential that Kayako can be used in every department. For example, internal IT can use it, and right, the billing team, internal billing team can use it. So when we start implementing Kayako in other departments, then definitely I think they will start using it. But like I said, we have never explored that option as of now.
I see.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you do at Appify with Kayako that you think might be unusual? Is there anything that you do with the product you think might be a bit different than the way that we designed the product to be used?
See, one thing what I do is we are using a platform called Power BI because we cannot create dashboards in Kayako. Okay, so what I do is I go into the help desk, download the export in CSV, and then upload that report in this Power BI tool, which is unusual because it takes time. Every day I have to manually go and do this, right? So because as a VP, I need to know like what is a load of tickets being handled, right? What surveys we are getting, how many replies agents are making, right? How much time they're taking to resolve the ticket. So I need that report, right? So what I do is I create that dashboard and then we post that dashboard on a big screen and the agents are able to see the number of tickets being handled by each agent. And why this is important is because when they see a big board with all that data, there is a healthy competition between all the staff members that, okay, agent one is working on 2 tickets, agent three is working on 3 tickets. The response time of agent A is, let's say, 3 hours, others is like 8 hours. So there's a healthy competition, which forces them to work in a better way, I would say. And yeah, so this is one thing that I do different every day.
Interesting. You're a real power user there of the Power BI. Did
That's
you
right.
since you were involved in selecting the product initially,
Mhm.
would you say it has met your expectations?
I would say the reply would be 50-50. Okay. When we started the product or when we started using Kayako, we were not using anything. So at that time, Kayako was a great tool, right? But now as we are scaling up, we are getting a lot of tickets. We are getting more customers, right? Uh, I think we need more investment. I think you guys need to spend more time on adding more improvements and features in the product. If you allow me, I can probably tell you 2 or 3 things that are important to us.
Please go ahead.
All right. The first thing we want is the ability to the link tickets. For example, I told you that let's say we get a ticket as of now. Right now, we cannot split the ticket. So we want that, let's say, right now we are creating a new ticket. So there should be ability to link the ticket, for example, so that, let's say, if one team has fixed one issue, he can directly click on the hyperlink and it should take him to the second ticket so that he can see what is happening on the second ticket or what the other team is doing. That's the one thing that I want. Second thing is that when staff agents are working, they get email notifications. right? So it would be good if there is a way, if we can get a sound whenever there's a new ticket or when the ticket is assigned to them so that they work on it. Okay. Third is I've seen that nowadays a lot of customers, they are trying to contact support via WhatsApp business, right? So I was wondering that if we can try that option and customers can directly get the update in the WhatsApp only, right? So these are the three things I would say I would want. And also reporting, if you can allow us to schedule the report. So for example, right now, manually download the report and upload, right? So maybe if you can schedule the report, which is sent to me via email, or if you can upload that report to maybe Dropbox or any S3 bucket, like any storage basically automatically, which we can select from the admin panel, that would be great.
Why is it important to you to have a sound play when there's a new ticket assigned?
So let's say I'm an agent, I'm working on a ticket, right? And because our work is that when they're investigating, they have to, check different tools. So sometimes they're not able to check their emails when there is a ticket, right? So if you're able to get a sound, maybe with some symbol or like a flag that tells them that it is an important ticket by a particular customer, that will be really helpful, I would say. So let's say I get a pop-up that shows a flag, maybe red flag, shows the customer, so that I know that this is a ticket by an important customer and I need to check that ticket. So I can go and first check that.
Okay. And do you have different support response time expectations with different customers?
Like I said, we have platinum customers who pay us extra for the support. Okay, so for them, we have to respond a ticket in 2 hours at any cost, even on the weekends. And for normal customers, the response time is 4 hours. But I think even if you reply in 5 or 6 hours, that's fine. But going forward, we are thinking to have different support levels. So maybe titanium support or gold support. And based on the support levels, we'll have different SLAs.
I see.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that you thought it would be valuable to be able to link tickets.
Yep.
Why is it valuable to do that?
See, it is valuable because, like I said, when we get a ticket, we cannot uh, split the ticket as of now, right? So what we do is right now we create another ticket. Let's say there are two queries on the same ticket. So we create a new ticket. In that ticket, we copy the content of the second issue and create that ticket and assign that ticket to the second team, right? So there's no linking as of now, but the issue is reported by the same customer, which can be related to the front end, can be related to the back end. So if there is ability to link those tickets, both the teams can see which is a linked ticket. They can click on it and it can route them to the respective ticket. In this way, they know what other team is doing and it saves time also. Now, if you don't have the linking option, they'll have to search. They'll have to go back to the profile of the customer and check the previous tickets, all the previous tickets, right? So yeah.
I see. So thank you very much for the product ideas. Um, Given where you are now with the product as it stands, what do you
Mhm.
love about it, if anything?
About Kayako, like I said, I love the simplicity, the UI. That's the most important thing, and the views that you have, which allows me to sort the tickets and gives me more visibility.
And more importantly, possibly,
Mhm.
what do you hate about the product? What's the worst thing about Kayako?
The worst thing is, I would say, one is reporting. Like I said earlier, we need to improve on it. Secondly, the chat thing that you guys have is amazing. It's just that when customers they initiate a chat, they're not able to select the issue type. For example, I want to enable an option in the chat box so that they can select, okay, the issue is related to, let's say, issue 1, issue 2, or issue 3. Based on the selection, that chat should come to the respective team. So that kind of thing is missing right now. The third thing is it would be good if you have a AI-based chat. So for example, right now, the customers can see static knowledge-based articles in the chat window. It would be good that as soon as they start typing, they're able to see a relevant article and they're able to find the answers themselves. So for example, we can create a rule that if they if they've tried if they have found 3 articles, if they're not able to find the answers, then the 4th time they should be connected with a real staff member. So something like that, I think that would be good.
Maybe this is related, but how do you measure the return on investment? You renew your Kayako contract every year. You continue to pay us,
Right.
use the product, train your staff on it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, how do you think about whether that's worthwhile? How do you measure whether it's worthwhile to continue to pay for the product and continue to use it?
See, first thing I told you that customer retention is paramount for us, right? So we check our reports in our CRM that how many customers we are returning every year, and that is directly linked with the help desk. So we check the number of tickets resolved by each staff member, what surveys we are getting. So this is how we actually calculate the return on investment. But I think there might be better ways, but as of now, we just check the surveys, like the number of tickets resolved for each agent, like customer basically, and the customer retention.
Okay. And last question for me, really.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'll still need Kayako in 5 years?
In 5 years, it's very difficult to tell because technology is evolving. For example, I told you that nowadays people have started using WhatsApp business, right? Which is not there with Kayako as of now. We don't know after 5 years how customers will contact us. Maybe a different social media, like for example, right now they try to contact us via Facebook also. Maybe we have a different social media platform from where they can contact. But I believe that we'll be using Kayako, provided Kayako is improving or adding more features um, based on the technology that is evolving every day.
So you still, in 5 years' time, you still expect to have a team responding to customer queries. You still expect to measure and really care about how quickly you're responding to your customers.
See, that will stay always. That will always stay. But maybe in future, like as I said, like even support evolves, right? So we don't know. But so far, I think for next 2-3 years, yes, this will be the same parameter to measure the performance, like response time, number of tickets being handled, the common issues that we get every day. So yeah, and also CSAT score.
I see. And
Yeah.
Jamie, what do you do with the CSAT score? So you survey your customers and you see whether they were satisfied
Yeah.
with the outcome of their support interaction. And then what do you do with the results?
So what we do is we have integration with Slack with Kayako. So as soon as we get a survey score, it is sent into a channel that we've created in Slack. And then there is like a team of managers, they review that. And then if there's a bad survey, we check the ticket history, what happened. We try to understand the gaps. And then we probably contact the customer and try to pacify or help him. And then if required, if it's a common issue, we try to create a knowledge-based article so that no other customer faces the same problem.
There's a feature in Kayako that allows you to track
Mhm.
time spent. Are you using that
Mhm.
feature?
No, that is not very helpful. Like you have to go on the top, manually enter the hours, and agents can manually, enter wrong information. So we don't use that particular feature at all.
You mentioned that there are now other channels that customers might use to get in touch with you.
Yeah,
For example, WhatsApp Business. Are
yeah.
your customers using WhatsApp Business to get in touch with you? And do you have other channels outside of Kayako through which your customers are asking for your help?
No, as of now, they're just contacting us from email, from chat, and the support widget that is available in the Android app and the iOS app that we ship. But like I said, we are seeing that there are some customers who are interested in using WhatsApp because they're always live on or active on phones. Also, there was an article which I saw that nowadays there are some customers who want to contact the support via video. So they click on button and you can directly communicate with the support agent via video. So that is something which I might be interested maybe down the line 1 year or maybe after 2 years, I would say.
Jamie, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot.
You, you're welcome.
I hope you like where we go with the product, but it's
Hmm.
feedback like yours, insight like yours, that will help to
Hmm.
guide our decisions. So I hope you feel it was worthwhile to go through this with me today.
Yeah, thank you very much.